Hey everybody, it's Dan Sfera, www.theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Once again, that website address for you is www.theclinicaltrialsguru.com, the internet's best place for clinical trials content and information. And we do it every day. We discuss clinical trials in plain English, and our goal is to demystify clinical trials. So anyways, today's post is, I guess it was inspired by a lot of feedback I've been getting from study participants out there, or hopeful study participants out there, or family of people who are trying to get into clinical trials. And the question is, what's the best way to get a callback from the research clinic? Believe it or not, this can sometimes be kind of tricky, especially for very popular studies. And by popular, I mean whether it's believed that this particular clinical trial has a good drug involved, or this particular clinical trial pays a lot, or this particular clinical trial is somewhat promising. There's a lot of factors that go into what makes a clinical trial popular. And a lot of times people are trying to get into these studies, and the research clinics just get bombarded with phone calls from people trying to get in. So people ask me all the time, hey, I'm calling this clinic, but I'm not able to get through. I keep getting the voicemail. What do I do? And I tell them, you know what? Persistence is key. I have an English bulldog at home, and if I learn anything from her, I learn persistence. So basically, what you want to do, you want to call the research clinic as many times as possible throughout the day. And I call it the Dr. Pepper method. Because you've got to have a lot of energy. Hopefully you can drink some caffeine, although check with your doctor before you do that. I don't want to get in trouble over that. But anyways, the idea is to call them, first of all, find out what time they open and what time they close. And I'm talking about the research clinic. And then call. Call when they first open, call a half an hour after that. So let's say they open at 9. Call at 9, call at 9:30, call at 10, call at 10:30, call at 11, 11:30, 12, keep doing this every half an hour. Even if you get the voicemail, you obviously don't want to leave voicemails each time you call because that would be annoying. But the idea is to get through to someone. And then you want to leave one voicemail. And so hopefully someone will call you back, or hopefully you get lucky and someone will actually answer the phone. And then you can, find out whether you can get in or not. Now, if you've been following our blog post, you would know that research clinics, they really value people, study participants, who already have a copy of their medical records with them. So let's say you're trying to get into a study for depression. It would be very ideal for that research clinic if you can have documentation of your diagnosis with you. Say, okay, by the way, I'd like to get into your trial. And, oh, by the way, I have my diagnosis with me, and I'll bring a copy of it with me. They're going to love you for that, and they're going to put you at the top of the list. So there's certain things you can do to improve your chances of getting into a clinical trial, besides just calling them all the time. And one of them is to have a copy of your medical records. And if you do these things, I guarantee you, I can't guarantee you can get into a study, but I guarantee you they're going to do their best to accommodate you, and then hopefully you'll qualify and go from there and share your experiences with us. So hope this helps. Number one, persistence is key. Keep calling, email a few times, leave a voicemail. Don't give up. A lot of times you have to remember that these research clinics are sometimes overwhelmed by the amount of phone calls they get. And sometimes it's the study coordinators, and the study coordinators are people who actually do the trial. They have to do all the paperwork behind it. Sometimes the last thing that they want is another trial participant, because that means more paperwork for them. So you won't always just get a call back. Unfortunately, that's the case, but persistence is key. And if you tell them you already have your paperwork with you, your medical records, that means less work for the study coordinator. And that means you're more than likely to be put at the top of the list for that clinical trial. Hope this helps. www.theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Thanks a lot.